Welcome to Audio 1, Freedom to be Your True Self. My name is Tara Chambers, and get your seatbelts on because we're going to have a fun time, and we're going to invite Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, seriously. I thought this would be the most powerful place to start because connection with your true self and having permission to follow the dreams that you desire is so huge. So many of us are walking around in our lives living the life that others told us that we were supposed to live. So many of us are obeying the rules that right after high school we have to go to college and then we have to major in X or Y and we have to get married and have 2.3 kids with a cat and a dog in the yard by a certain age. Otherwise, we are failures. We have to be this or we have to be that, and we have to get a good, respectable job. That will keep us safe so that when we are 65 and above, we can finally start to enjoy our lives. Seriously? Our family that we were born into or adopted into is the first tribe that we belong to in this life at least. Right from the get-go, we sponge like babies pick up so many rules and so many belief systems. Some kids will learn that if they cry, they get love or fed. Other kids learn that if they cry, the door gets slammed on their face. We pick up so many rules and beliefs without even knowing it. We learn what we are supposed to do, what our life is supposed to look like, and we get so caught up in the matrix of what normal is. We actually work so hard to fit into normal because we want to be included. We feel safe being included in the tribe. We suppress many emotions. We hold back so many thoughts that we want to express in order to fit in with the tribe that later manifest into physical conditions. We even refuse to see certain things if the tribe doesn't believe in it. That, of course, affects our vision. However, when you are so strong in knowing who you are, that fire of passion in your heart trumps all. You are in a space of no longer needing to fit in with the tribe. You get to a space where you just don't care what others think of you. It is such a powerful, free place to be. And in that space, you will connect with your soul tribe, which can be biological or not. Let's take a look at Rudolph's entry into his tribe so that we can see how this tribe affects us in more ways than we know. When Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was born, both his parents were overjoyed to meet him and had such pure love for him. However, as soon as Rudolph's red nose shined, his parents were shocked and horrified. Donner, his father, said, "It's something to be overlooked," implying that even though they loved him so much, his nose was flawed. It was not adored. It was not accepted. It was not seen as special or unique. It was to be overlooked because it was imperfect and different from the nose of every other reindeer. Santa at first didn't notice his nose since it wasn't shining red at the time, and he commented on how sturdy and smart Rudolph was. But minutes later, his nose took a red turn, and Santa was horrified at what he saw. Santa said, "Let's hope it disappears so he makes the team of 8 reindeer." As if a red nose would affect his flying skills at all. So already, Rudolph is just a toddler, and he was basically just born, and his life path has already been planned out for him. He has learned on a cellular level that he is a flawed being. He is not worthy as he naturally is. He has to get into Harvard, or in this case, he has to make the team of 8 reindeer. There is no discussion around what Rudolph might desire in his life. And my heart says that right now, as a toddler, Rudolph simply wants to be loved for who he is, red-nosed or not. Rudolph's dad, Donner, says, "Santa is right. He will never make the team. I've got it." Will hide his nose. He tries to make Rudolph normal by placing mud on top of his red nose. However, his red nose still shines through. Donner then tries putting on a fake nose that muffles the sound of his true voice. More tribal rules are being embedded in Rudolph's biology, such as, it's not okay to be who I naturally am. I have to hide who I really am in order to be accepted and loved by the tribe. And the emotions behind that are sadness and heartbreak and I'm not lovable as I am, unworthiness, and probably confusion because he didn't do anything wrong to have a red nose. He embodies, I have to be the same color as everyone else. I can't show my true colors. I can't show my true feelings. I have to be strong and look a certain way in order to make the team. I have to make up for being a flawed being. I have to conform to the chosen image of the tribe. I have to be like everyone else and fit in as much as possible. On the emotional level, once again, lots of sadness, heart pain, perhaps unconscious anger that he is not being seen for who he really is, and perhaps frustration that he has to work hard to fit in and will never fit in because there's not too much he can do about his nose. That can lead to hopelessness and possibly even depression. We are no different than Rudolph. This is a human thing, not just a red-nosed reindeer thing. Rudolph also picks up the limiting belief that there is not enough room for all of us on the team, which creates lack and poverty consciousness, which I will go into much deeper on a later audio. It also creates the false belief in competition when the real truth is that whatever is yours by divine right. And I can credit author Florence Shinn for that wisdom. And at the same time, I can acknowledge that in the 3D, that limitation can appear to be so, as yes, there are only 8 spots on the team. From a higher perspective, there are many more options and paths than just Santa's team. This creates life is hard, life is a challenge, I have to work hard and prove myself, I have to climb up the ladder and surpass other deer so that I am safe within the team. We'll shift all that stuff in a later audio. Where is the joy here? Joy, sadly, is not even part of the conversation. There is no motivation coming from a natural source of passion. And speaking personally, that is horrifying because it is the only way I know. I can't imagine living a life that I didn't feel passionate about. And I want that for everyone. And if anything, that having no joy and no passion in our life, that is what we need to fear rather than fearing getting kicked out of the tribe. Living in a state of no joy or passion is unsafe. It's not healthy. It's not serving us. It lowers our immune system, etc., etc., etc. We can still survive not being on the team of 8 reindeer. As a matter of fact, many will thrive not being on the team of 8 reindeer because it was never in alignment with their life purpose anyway. But still, these people were reindeer feel like failures because society and the tribe have planted super powerful, strong seeds of what their life is supposed to look like, even though none of it's true. Let's take a look at what is going on with the elves. The elves all look the same. They literally look like clones. You can't tell them apart. All the boys are dressed in blue, and they are on one side of the room. All the girls are in pink, and they are on the other side of the room with their matching pink bonnets. Yeah, Orthodox synagogue meets Santa. Okay, Hermie, however, looks different. His hair is different. His passion is different. He doesn't fit in with the tribe. Oh my. And to make it even worse, when he spoke his truth, he said he didn't like to make toys. He spoke his truth and said he wanted to be a dentist. The rest of the elves / the tribe all chimed in at the same time and said, "Shame on you," as if he was a bad boy for having a unique path and passion. The tribe loves to put energetic handcuffs called shame and fear on others to keep them in their place because the tribe feels safe in numbers. Powerful individuals are a threat to the tribe. They will do all they can to squash you and your dreams, unless you are already in a higher consciousness soul tribe that truly encourages you and supports your dream. So we learned some more rules, such as it's not okay or safe or beneficial to speak my truth. I have to say as others want me to say, or I am shamed. I can only do what the tribe gives me permission to do. I have to hide my real passions and explore them in secret. Emotionally, we are left with guilt and shame for wanting to be different and lots of fear around being different. This creates people pleasers who live inauthentically because it's not safe for them to be their true self. This creates disharmony and dis-ease in the body. And now it's time for the reindeer to take their SAT tests. I mean, their flying auditions to see if they make the flying team or not. Donner is doing his best to disguise Rudolph's true nose with that gadget that makes it hard for him to breathe, which gives him that congested sound. And he says to Rudolph, "Self-respect is more important than comfort. Santa can't object to you now." So Rudolph embodies more rules on a cellular level, such as wellness and being able to breathe easily come second to how others perceive me. Health comes second to being approved of by the tribe. Image is more important than my happiness or health, and respect is way more important than love. Talk about toxic tribal programming. While from one perspective, Donner is showing love to Rudolph by trying to protect him from the tribe, the higher unconditional energy of love, as in pure love and acceptance as Rudolph is not happening at all. This is because Donner is not yet free of the tribal rules. He's obeying them and he's doing whatever he can to ensure that Rudolph also sticks to conformity and tradition, if I can quote Fiddler on the Roof. No wonder we have so many people doing that EFT starter statement that says, "Even though I have a red nose, I deeply and completely love and accept myself as I am," while tapping on their karate chop point. There is only one doe in the tribe who truly accepts Rudolph for who he is, and that is Clarice. And she asks why his voice sounds muffled. She truly cares. And she tells Rudolph that he is cute. And when Rudolph experiences that pure love and acceptance for the first time ever, he naturally flies in the air without trying. Coach Cotton and Santa are so impressed, as are all the other reindeer. Note: When Rudolph was full of love and joy, he soared like an eagle in the sky. It was effortless. There was no, I have to work hard to impress others and gain their approval. That energy takes you away from effortless flying. It was automatic because he was in alignment with love and joy, and his flying was the expression of him stepping into a paradigm of grace and ease. Many call it magic, but he simply accessed his true power that was already inside him. However, when Rudolph's nose turns red, others are shocked. His friend Fireball says, "Get away from me," out of fear. And the coach is shocked, and the other reindeer start calling him names, and they don't let him play in any games. Santa goes over to Donner and says, "You should be ashamed of yourself." Donner bows in shame. And I just want to explain that this bow of shame is the expression of a real shift in his physiology. Now, if you make a decision to stand tall and walk with your peacock strut, the vibration of shame cannot exist in that frequency. So yes, this shame affects our health at the cellular level. Santa then says, it's a shame because he had a nice takeoff. Coach Cotton dismisses Rudolph, and he is sent home with his father. He literally got kicked out of the tribe. Rudolph embodies in his cells, "I'm not enough as I am shameful." He is consumed with sadness and emotional pain. It is heartbreaking. Back to Hermie the elf. Hermie ends up quitting his toy job since he doesn't fit in with the tribe, and he has no passion for learning how to move his ears like elves do. It was just too painful for him to live out of alignment with his true passion when it was so strong in his heart. It was too painful for him to be told that he was shameful simply for expressing his passion around dentistry. He is done with hiding his dentistry book. Clarice connects with Rudolph as he is heading home, and she tells him that she likes his real nose better than the fake nose. And she says, "But that is what makes you so grand. Any doe would consider herself lucky to be with you." She says, "Rudolph, believe in your dreams." She truly is the only one who encourages him to be who he is. Sadly, Clarice's father forbids her to be seen with the red-nosed reindeer who is no longer part of the tribe. It's not okay for her to hang out with him. So Rudolph is on his way, and he bumps into Hermie, and they both find company in their sadness, and they sing, "Why am I such a misfit?" And Rudolph sings, "Just because my nose..." And I can't even finish singing it because it just breaks my heart. He sings, "Just because my nose glows, why don't I fit in?" They agree that they are allowed to be their true selves with full acceptance. They bond over being misfits. And on their journey, they discover an island of misfit toys, such as a Charlie in the Box. Nobody wants a Charlie in the Box. They want a Jack in the Box. They discover a train with square wheels. It can't move. No one's interested. A boat that can't float. They both see that they are not the only ones kicked out of the tribe. And now I'm going to cut to the chase. It's right before Christmas, and there is a huge storm, and Santa decides to cancel Christmas. Rudolph's nose instantly goes off, and Santa says, "That beautiful nose! You can lead my team through that storm with that wonderful nose that can cut through any murky storm." Rudolph is honored. Donner is thrilled that his red nose is, quote, useful. Rudolph is suddenly leader of the team of 8 with his red nose, and he saves the day. Christmas happens after all. Rudolph also insists that they land on the island of misfit toys, and that they all be gathered up and be delivered to loving homes that they truly deserve. Everyone is happy. Life is great. Rudolph goes down in history. And the moral of the story is, being normal doesn't make history. Or I would like to say, fitting in with the tribe and betraying your true self doesn't make history. But what if we didn't need to be, quote, useful in order to be loved for who we are? And what if we could trust that we are all perfect as we are with our imperfect flaws? What if we knew that we are all leaders in our own unique way? And what if we could just trust it and know it and own it and embody it on a cellular level in all of our chakras, in our aura field, without needing approval and acknowledgement from the tribe or science or this or that? And what if we could connect freely with our true self now? And how would that feel? And how would the cells in our body instantly reconfigure closer and closer to a sovereign state of command, which is always love-based? Simply listen to track 1A to get your cells on board with that. And if there are any fears around doing that, or any hidden and unconscious fears residing in your body around stepping into this new space called alignment with your true self, we're just going to simply offer that fear to the quantum field to be transmuted, and we're going to replace that space with divine love and light and freedom to be who you truly are. And freedom to follow what brings you joy, whether that is dentistry or acting and everything in between. You are a sovereign being and you get to choose. This is your life.